Now, a lot of people will spend a lot of time and a lot of money on their aquarium. And it's very, very important to look at what insurance you have in place to make sure that your aquarium is going to be successful over a long term. And one of the things that you really want to be considering is redundancy, because everything fails eventually. So you need to look at what are the most vital pieces of equipment, and you need to think about having a backup. So definitely you want to have a backup return pump, because if you have one return pump, then one day that return pump's going to fail, and it tends to fail at the most inconvenient time where it's just not at all convenient to replace it, usually when you're about to go away on holidays or when you're on holidays or something like that. So having a spare one can be life or death as far as your aquarium's concerned. Or you could even run two pumps, so therefore if one conks out, at least the other one's still going. Heaters, you very much may want to consider having a spare heater or running two. And then things like supplements and so forth, you always want to make sure that you've got an extra bottle of calcium, an extra bottle of magnesium, or whatever it is that you're using for your aquarium. Things that are not as important, then they're things that you could consider not having. Making sure that you have more than one power head in the aquarium, whatever it is that you need to do to protect your aquarium. Things like roller mats and filter material. If you're using filter material, just make sure you have lots of filter material. You don't want to run out of filter material in a time that's inconvenient. If you're using GFO, don't go and buy one, go and buy two. Because, once again, the investment in your aquarium is the livestock, and you need to have various pieces of equipment working and efficient if you want the livestock to prosper. So anyway, just a little something to think about. So just think every single piece of equipment, how long can your aquarium go without it? And having a spare is the best thing you can ever do. The other thing about having a spare is that somehow, if you have a spare, you never need it. It's like you have a spare pump, and then your pump will never ever break down. If you don't have a spare pump, then somehow you will need a spare pump, and it will always be in a time when it's not convenient to get a spare pump. Food for thought.